All right, my brain is very, very curious on something in Suikoden HD Remaster, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Something I've noticed in this game, the three times I have made a file in Suikoden 2 specifically, I've noticed it all three times, and I'm checking to see if maybe it's been fixed finally, and I haven't seen a lot of people talking about this bug or dialogue error that comes up very early in the game. We're like 5 minutes in the game. I started a new file just so I could go and check to see if it's been fixed, because recently, within the last week, there has been a huge bug fix, a big patch update that came out for Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. And I've read through all these. I looked through all these little bug fixes, some just the patch notes as normal. And it's interesting because I see that there's quite a few things, but there's one in particular that kind of made me wonder if that actually got fixed or not. And there's a dialogue issue in the very beginning of the game when you get caught and are imprisoned at the mercenary fort by Victor and Flick, and you're doing some stuff with Paul, or Paul, however it's pronounced. He's the second favor or the second set of chores that he has you do is you go and you have to get boots, you have to get flint, and then you have to get a flower, and you have to bring it back to him, right? I've noticed in the first three files I've made for this game, I made one for stream, and then I made one for off stream, and then I oversaved. I saved over my on-stream file with my off-stream file, so I made a new file and played all the way back to where we were on stream. And all three of those times, I noticed that this dialogue was missing. And I'll show you. We'll see if it's there, and if it's not, and then we'll talk about that a little bit more. And I'm right at the spot where the dialogue option should be. Let's take a look, see if they actually fixed it. Sorry, reactions have been tight lately. Okay. I hope they fixed it, because it really does bother me. Good morning, Evan. You look well today. Okay, I've got an important errand for you today. Listen carefully. I need you to go to the stock room and get 2 pairs of boots. They did fix it. Then get 3 Flintstones at the blacksmith. Last, grab some flour from the item store. I'll be waiting here. Thanks. So they did fix it finally. Okay, because I hadn't seen very many people talking about it. And I started thinking I was crazy. But like I said, I've seen it all 3 files up to this point. So before maybe this update, what happened was when you talk to Paul in this moment, he would have said, go get boots. But then he'd say, I'll be waiting here, thanks. He doesn't say anything about the flint. He doesn't say anything about the flour. So you go to the storeroom and get the boots. And then you come back and you talk to him and he goes, hey, where's the flint and where's the flour? The game never told you. That was the problem. It's such a small little detail. But it was something that I noticed 3 times in a row. And I wasn't sure if I was just, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going crazy. Or I was somehow the only one who noticed because I didn't see anybody really talking about it. And to be fair, I didn't really look deeply to see if anybody had this issue. It was just kind of in the back of my mind. And considering I got it day 1, I just figured it'd be something that'd be fixed pretty quickly, right? Day 1 release, maybe it would be a while before a patch came out, right? But yeah, it looks like they fixed it. And the reason why it bothered me so much was because I played the game originally. I played it on the PlayStation, so I already knew what you were supposed to do. By the time I got to this point in the HD Remaster, I knew you had to get more than just the boots. And I found it really interesting. I was like, oh, apparently at first I was like, did I just skip all the dialogue? Because like I said, I already know what you gotta do. So I was like, maybe I just hit the button too fast and kept moving through. And then I noticed it again on the second playthrough. I was like, okay, so it's definitely not there. And then when I made my third file, which was weeks after the first one, it was still there. And it bothered me because as a fan of the Suikoden series, I'm really happy that these games came out, and now there's a whole new crowd of people that have a chance of playing these wonderful JRPGs if you're into JRPGs. And then missing out something like that, I don't think it's gonna, give the game a bad review. but in the first 10 minutes of the game, you're already missing information that you need to move along the story. Now, obviously, you could walk around and figure it out by like, oh, I need flint. Okay, I probably got to talk to a blacksmith. Oh, I need flour. Let's go talk to the, people around the whole fort. And there's not a lot of people to talk to, so it's not like you're going to get hung up here and have to look up a guide, right? But again, it was just a little thing that I was very interested in, but it looks like they did actually fix it. That's awesome. Obligatory to anybody who's watching this, if you still haven't picked up the Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, if you like good classic turn-based JRPGs, just check it out. It's a great game, and apparently they are keeping up with it on the patches. Like I said, this big patch right here was huge. There's a lot of stuff they fixed in the game. So, yeah. No, that's it. That's about it, really.